Welcome to this tutorial. We're doing an app walkthrough for ConnectCall. I'm Michael here, the creator of this, and I'm just going to take you on a tour throughout the app, kind of show you everything that you have at your fingertips here. So we'll start at the top, we'll work our way through and get you all set up. You can fast forward through this if you are finding it to be just fine, which I would hope, but I do want to have this for those of you who want to really learn how you can best utilize this. So let's get started. At the top here, this is our logo. It will always bring you back to the home screen, so no matter where you are, click that and you will be brought home. From there, we have, which is where this is going to be, right here. We'll have our tutorial section, and you will always have a back button on the screen. So if you do need help, that's your first step. If you need further help, go ahead, click that question mark here, and we will have buttons so that you can automatically open up the emailing on your phone and get in touch with us being myself. But emailing will really be the quickest way for us to help you. And if you see down here, we are currently in the MVP phase, all to say this is the very first version of the app. So I am expecting to have people reaching out. So definitely, if you have any questions or even suggestions, things where you're like, oh my goodness, this would be so cool if we had this, go ahead, email in, please let me know, because you are among the first to try this out, and you will be the ones to let us know as a business if we should keep pursuing this project. So exciting stuff. But from there, you will always be greeted with the day of the week. So just a fun little thing. And I know a lot of us, maybe yourself too, maybe you don't know what day it is. So I thought that was a fun, like, hey, happy Monday. Let's get going. We've got the date, we got the time. And then these are some of your main quick buttons, I would say. So schedule will get you over to the schedule, which we'll go through that in just a bit. Down at the bottom, this is just a really fun way to customize your own home screen. You'll see I have a space theme right now, but you can go ahead, click there, add in your own photo. You would just do so by clicking change photo, and that will open up your file if you're on a computer, but should open up your camera roll if you are on your phone. The one thing we don't have is a cropping option, so that's something I am aware of. Do not worry. But I figured it out by pre-cropping this and kind of playing around with it so that I showed up my floating self there. And the other way you can customize it is with emojis right here. So I say choose 3 just because that's a nice number. Odds, pairs and odds. No, not pairs. Odds. That's what you want to have. But 3 should show up really nicely, so you can add in emojis, whether it goes with the photo. I also originally had this to be kind of what you're feeling in that day. So whatever you'd like, but I think it's fun to match them up and change them however often you want. Down here we have gratitude. So this will be just a way that you can stay connected with yourself. And I would suggest going through this every day. Add in what you're grateful for. Ideas being like the 3 can be shorter, and this one can be longer if you have something that is just like, whoa, I am so grateful, write this down. And then you'll notice on most things we also have the option so that you can reach out to people in your phone book. So when you click that, these are people in my phone book, which we'll talk about in a bit. And then this will also allow you to call them. So if I click that, it'll call them. On the other screen, it will open up my text message and just get you chatting with them, get you connecting with them. And then I do have some ideas here. This will actually open up a pre-written text saying like, hey, Jordan, how's it going? Thinking about you, or something very simple. And all of these are just supposed to be to get you started. So if you don't know what to do, you can use that. From here, refresh. This is, as you can read here, to slow down, take a deep breath of fresh air. So if your day is going hectic and you just need to, I think some people would say center yourself, whatever that means, I don't know, but I do think it is helpful to take yourself out of the moment you're in, if it is stressful, if it's going terrible, and realize that there is more to yourself, to what you're working on, to your future. So we have this first one where you can add an encouraging verse, quote, words, whatever it looks like. I will most likely always be putting a verse here. So this is one that I had been memorizing. And then short term. So what are you working on? So that's in the next couple weeks, the next couple months. And then long term, for myself, this is what I want to do. But what are you working on long term? And these will like automatically, these 3 things should be a good start to knowing like, okay, there's more to what's happening right now. The day may be terrible, but never fear. You are working on things, you are accomplishing things. And this too, kind of like think of this as words to yourself. So for myself, there are ups and downs in life, and this is just a tough season. However, in tough seasons, I can learn and grow, especially when putting God first in my life and fully trusting in Him. And I read that this morning while I was preparing for this, and I was like, wow, Michael, that's so nicely written. Like, that is such a good reminder. So I hope that can be the same for you, whatever you need to remind yourself of. And then I thought this was helpful too, knowing, I don't know why there's a period there, but knowing that these people care for me, and you can write in your people, and they will hopefully be right here so that if you do need to reach out to them, you can right away. And I also suggest going outside for a walk or a run, whatever it is, but the fresh air while you have this going throughout your mind will be very helpful. And the turn your day around, we'll come back to that because that's coming up as well on the home screen. But those are the first two. And then move, as you can tell, these are the connecting with yourself, these three, and then we'll get to the connecting with others because that's how I started. But I do think it's really helpful because if you do want to live your best life and be connecting with yourself fully in the sense of you want to have the best physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health, all of that, then movement is going to be so important. And so that's what I have here for the week goals. For myself, going to the gym 5 days this week. Short term, these I kind of made up, but gain 5 pounds of pure muscle, consistently consume protein powder. This one is actually really hard. It's so gross, you guys, protein powder. But long-term goals also, this is kind of playing around, look super duper buff that it's gross. And then I added this one later on because I know a lot of people, so I'm on the opposite end. I need to gain weight and muscle because I'm so skinny, but a lot of people want to lose weight. And so I thought it would be helpful as you're going throughout your weekly, short-term, long-term, to have, what you are currently weighing and then what you want to weigh by a certain time. And then you can see, did you hit that? I don't know, hopefully. And then this one also for myself, but I know sometimes when I get to the gym or wake up, I'm like, I need to exercise today, but what do I want to do? I don't know. And then sometimes you just don't. So this would be at the start of your week or over the weekend. You can plan out what you want to do on each days. And if you do have a regimented workout schedule where you do arms, legs, chest, shoulders, swimming on your rest days, whatever it looks like, you can add that in just to quickly remind yourself. And then this one too is probably my favorite. The text will pop up and say, whoever, if I want to do it, usually I work out with my friend Jordan. You'll see he's got a little workout emoji there, but I'll click that. It'll open up my text with a pre-written message saying, hey Jordan, let's pick a time to work out this week. What works best for you? You could also call them, but for this, I think the texting will be really helpful and just so fun. But let's go back here. So we've gone through these two, and then we'll get to turn our day around before we get into more of the scheduling element. But turn your day around is kind of going off of the refresh. If you'll remember, we had that to start with. But say the refresh, I would say is, you're going and you just need to take a break from the day. Remind yourself what you're working towards, where you're headed. Great. But some days are going to be so much worse than others. And if you know, you know. And that's where and why I have turn your day around, which can be found here. It can be found under refresh. It is also the middle tab. So it's a big deal, you guys. But if you are someone who struggles with mental health, emotional health, anxiety, depression, social isolation, any of these things, really, let me tell you, if you're just a human being, you're going to have some pretty terrible days where you do just need to turn it around. And I have a background in customer service where most of my job was dealing with angry, upset people. And so it was very easy to have that be put into me and to take that on and just get frustrated, upset, anxious, not looking forward to opening emails. People are mean at you, yelling at you, all of that. And so I had learned some few tricks, and even when I was managing some other teams that I've done in the past, laughing, you guys, is such a big thing. So how I have it here is you can add in laugh links, which sounds so stupid, but trust me. So if you need help getting started, try searching babies laughing at dogs to start. That's this first one I have. So you can add them there, and then if you just click that, this will bring you to the link. But the first one I have is called Buzz and the Dandelion. And it's this dad with a baby on his back blowing a dandelion, and the baby's laugh is so infectious. And then he starts laughing, and then he can't blow the dandelion because he's laughing, and then the baby's laughing. And then I put some other Instagram reels that are specifically funny to me, but you will be amazed how much your day can turn around in an instant just by laughing at something. It takes you out of the moment and really just changes everything from your brain to your body to your posture to your outlook on life, to be like, man, this is so funny. And then you're like, why was I so upset over this? Or why was I feeling like life just needed to end when there is so much good to life? So these are just steps that I would suggest doing, and I've lived them. So trust me, I've gone through this. From there, add in music that really helps you on a down day. Whether, I'm more of the like soft acoustic voice and instrument, to me is like beautiful, and it's just like, yes. But I know some people need like really hardcore rock or metal, or the other side for me would be like upbeat pop music where you're just like bouncing around. But whatever it is, add in your tracks, sing loud, and then really as you do the rest of these, which we've already touched on, you can have that in the background. So as you're listening to that music, go through and write out what you're grateful for, because I know some of you may not be doing it from here, and right now we don't have notifications set up. So ideally, and I don't like notifications, I have all of them turned off on my phone except texts and calls, but ideally you'd get a little bing, put in what you're grateful for. But say if you haven't done that, on the days when you need it the most and you need that day to turn around, that's where you can go through and add in what you're grateful for. Then once you've done that, then you can remind yourself, what are you working towards and what is the big picture? And then get out, get moving. The easiest thing you can do is take yourself for a walk. If you've got a dog, take your dog for a walk. If you don't have a dog, guess what? You are the dog. Take yourself out for a walk, even if you don't feel like it. But from there, the end goal to all of this, as you are feeling better, is to then reach out to people in your phone book, those that you want to connect with, that you've already been connecting with, because that's where you will find a ton of help in being able to talk with someone. I think for the most part, a surprise call may throw people off, but you should have, hopefully, a few people in your closest circle that you can call them, even without having to go down here to schedule a call. But you can just call them and say, hey, I need your help, or I'm going through this right now. Can you just hear me out? Because mostly, if you just have someone to talk to that you can dump all of what's happening onto, whether or not they give advice, and most likely it's better for them not to give advice because it could just make you more frustrated and upset, just them being there to listen will be huge to helping you turn your day around. So I have it all down here. But basically, this is something that I hope will be really helpful in the whole scheme of the app and really connecting with family, friends, and yourself. But all of these right here are for yourself. But let's get to the scheduling. So this will bring you down here. So these are the same areas. So from the home screen, if you want to get some calls scheduled, that's where you would go. But let's work our way over there, because before you can schedule, you need to have your phone book. So rather than having a way for you to import all of your contacts from your phone, you will be manually adding these in. One, because I hadn't figured out how to import all your contacts, but the more I thought of it, so that was a good pause for me, because the more I thought of it is you aren't wanting everyone from your address book in here, because probably half of those you don't know anymore. Half of them you don't want to talk to, which you're like, that's everyone then. Yeah. So maybe a third and a third for those two. And then maybe there's just a third, or really realistically, probably about 5 to 10 people that you have in your family as well as friends that are perfect for adding to your phone book to start out. And the hope would be that this does grow. But you would click the plus button here. You can add their name. I have the stars by things you need to have, because that will be integrated into the rest of the app. So really, their name and number is so easy. But you'll see you can add their birthday. You can add when they typically like to talk. So let's go over, I've been using my friend Jordan as an example. But you can put, he's a friend. If I click this, it will be a direct way to call him right away. And then I have his birthday written down so I can remember that as it's coming up to send him a letter in the mail, send him a gift, send him a text on his birthday, all of that. I guessed that he's basically available during the evenings because I know he goes to school and he works. So that's a good reminder for me that if I'm wanting to schedule a call with him, I can either text him and send him my calendar link, or I need to make sure that I have availability in the evenings if I am going to try to schedule something with him. And then the emojis here are super fun. You'll see that they're really big here, but then any other time when you are, I guess, reaching out to them, as far as, send a text, then you'll see the emojis are next to their name. So just a fun way. You guys, like, do you really need that? No, but I think it is really fun, and I think it will be for you too. And so this will bring up a text message, both of these, with pre-written text. So you can either just send it as is or update it, but basically saying, hey, Jordan, let's book a call to connect and talk. Here's how you can book it. And it will put your calendar link, which, we're going to get to in just a moment. And then encouragement is just another one of those, hey, Jordan, thinking about you. Hope you're doing great today. Something like that. But basically get the conversation started. And I know for a lot of us, sometimes we don't know what to say. So that's why I think these buttons all throughout the entire app are really helpful, because if you can just get the conversation started, if you can get it ignited, then you have no problem continuing the conversation. And then notes can be added in. So like, ask about our next workout time. So whatever that looks like, you can add that there. Or maybe you talked about something and it was really impactful and you don't want to forget, add it there. Or you want to bring something up next call, then add it there. And then this will be to share the app with them. So if they really like it, and hopefully you really like this whole process, you can share it with them and get more people. And then just a quick way to edit as well as delete. But be careful if you delete, because right now, if you delete it, it is gone. So that's our phone book, get you started. You can view, you can edit, all of those fun things. So that will be kind of the first thing as you're getting into this app, is filling out everything as you go, but you really do need to have people added to your phone book in order to kind of get the best use of this. And the phone book, I don't think I mentioned it, but in the old days, depending on how old you are, we had phone books and address books, and we didn't have cell phones to add people's contact info into. So you would get out the phone book or your address book and you would write in their name, their number, maybe their email, depending on what time in history you were using such a thing, but usually their address too, and just a fun way so that when you were sending your Christmas letters, your birthday cards, any sort of outreach, and I guess, if you needed to give them a call, that's where you would go. So it is kind of playing with the old school within that. So we went over turn your day around from there. That'll be the middle one. And then these last two will be your schedule and your profile. So we have a way so that you can create your calendar. And I do have another tutorial right after this one, so you can find it right here, setting up your schedule. And so this will take you to Calendly. That is what we're using currently to have a way so that people can book. And then I've got, just the steps there. Basically, the main thing is you need to create your calendar, which I have a video for that. And then you need to post your link here. And once you update it here, then you will be able to have it integrated with everything else. So pretty cool. So we've got buttons down here if you get stuck. But from there, once you've got the calendar, you can then invite people. And this will be similar to when I was on Jordan's profile. You click that, it'll send them the, hey, let's book a time to chat. Here's my link to do so. It says something a little different than that, but so on and so forth. And you can always update it as you know, but the nice thing is it will have your link and it should make it really easy. And then upcoming will be everything in the next 30 days. So kind of all of your calls will show up here. And then anything coming up this week will show up here. And this, I think, is just a good reminder. Not everyone is going to be calling everyone every day. That's probably not realistic. But I think something about setting a goal for yourself is really helpful, so that as you are not used to this, you get used to it, and then it becomes easier and easier. So right now I have 3. Okay, cool. I've got a call with Richard Brown, Johnny Appleseed, and Hippopotamus. Potamus, Mr. Potamus, Mr. Potamus. But when you are here, so you can click the 3 buttons and you can edit. This will take you to Calendly because that's where all the details are. And then from here, this will have all the details and you can call now. If I push that, it will call right there and it should make it nice and easy, quick and fun. And basically, so you invite someone, as soon as they choose a time slot, it will send it over into your app. How cool is that? So it does make it really, really nice, really easy. And that's why I've got this button here, because as you are opening the app, filling things out, checking in on your progress, having fun, connecting, you can see real quick, okay, who's coming up? And then Calendly will also send things to your email as well. So that will be another way you will get reminded, because I don't have notifications. Ideally, if we keep going forward with this, you would have a notification pop up maybe 5-10 minutes before when the call is supposed to be had, saying, hey, you're supposed to be talking with Richard Brown right now. Jump on a call. But for now, Calendly does allow you to have notifications, so it'll send you an email, and then you can also connect it to your Google Calendar, and that can remind you as well. But my idea and hope is that you are in here regularly enough that you know and you're looking forward to these calls. Because if you're looking forward to a call, then you'll be checking the app a lot, making sure you are good to go for Tuesday at 4:30 to talk with Richard. Okay, and last but not least, we've got your profile, so you can add in a nice photo of yourself. This will be your account details, so the email that you are logged in with. All very helpful for if you are reaching out to us, because maybe this email will pop up something else. And if our team, myself, need to look up your email account on file, having your email is really helpful. And then this is another place where you can update your calendar link. Maybe, I think I had it, okay, not here, but I should be able to have it so you can click it and it'll copy it if you want to copy paste it. But here will bring you to Calendly, so you can then edit your account. If you need help, we've talked about that. Log out will get you logged out. Edit your profile from here. Pretty fun, pretty cool. So that is about everything you need for this walkthrough. I hope that it was insightful and fun. I think the main thing that you need to remember as you're getting into this is that we are here to help you connect with family, friends, and yourself. And to do this, this is just a tool. But you do need to be intentional. You need to want to have this in your life, and then everything will come together. So we can get you so far, but then you really do have to take it the rest of the way. But I'm confident that these tools that we've got for you to start out will be a good start. And then that's where you can come in, add in your information, do some of these exercises of adding in what you're grateful for each day, and remind yourself of these things throughout the day. When you're getting to the gym, oh yeah, what am I doing today? What am I working towards? Should I take my weight again? I don't know. But add your friends, work out with your friends. There's so much you can do to really connect with those around you. So I hope it would get you excited so that when you do make a new friend, you're like, hold up, add your contact info here, because we are going to be connecting as soon as possible. But it should be a fun way to fulfill what we are here to do. So if you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email. We'll be here to help you, and as well as send us any thoughts you have. Maybe the home screen is not working for you. You think it could be done better. Maybe there are other things missing. Maybe you love it. Let us know. Whatever it is, because we will be checking in with you, but it is also very helpful if you take the initiative and let us know how things are going. But I'm going to leave it here and just thank you for watching this and for trying out ConnectCall.